Hey, what's up guys, John here. Tropical Storm Debbie is ripping through Sarasota right now.
Tropical Storm Debbie rolling towards Florida.
Hurricane Debbie has officially made landfall in Florida.
4 deaths confirmed that have been attributed to Hurricane Debbie.
Debbie is now the 4th named storm of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season.
There's emergency evacuations and rescues.
Execute your plan. If you have been if you have been ordered to evacuate by your local officials, please heed that call.
The property damage is through the roof. You're seeing cars completely entrenched underwater, people transporting around the area in canoes. What this is going to mean for property owners, for business owners, for cities, for the entire state of Florida, it's going to mean massive changes coming. And it goes even beyond Florida. Look at California. A lot of policies are getting canceled. A lot of insurance companies are walking away.
And Falls Lake are the latest insurance companies to pull out of California.
Allstate and State Farm are no longer issuing new home or property insurance policies in California.
Major auto insurers are pulling back from the California marketplace.
And this is happening in Texas as well. A lot of these really desirable locations are becoming extremely expensive. And I believe it's going to push millions of people into financial hardship in the coming years. For example, in Florida in 2019, you could get a basic insurance policy for under $2,000 per year. It's cheap, right? Now they claim it's between $7,000 and $12,000 a year is basic insurance. That is where we're at now. Not taking into consideration the changes that are now taking place. Who's going to be able to hold on? That's going to be the big question, because it's going to be he or she that has the cash makes the rules. And not many people have a lot of excess cash, especially in this inflationary world. The economy is changing, job market's changing, everything is changing. I'm going to give you the full breakdown. I'm going to show you live footage of exactly what's going on and show you where I see all this going. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. YouTube will share the content, educate more people about what's going on in our country and our economy and our real estate market. If you'd like to fix your credit to position yourself what I believe is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to invest. We'd love to help fix your credit. If you have any credit issues, late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, any issue at all in your credit report, go to greatcreditfast.com. Click the link in the description just below this video. Schedule a free call for tomorrow. Take a look at this. So, Florida Insurance, they claim almost $11,000 a year, about $800 a month. In 2007, you could rent a basic apartment in most areas of Florida for $800 a month. A little one bedroom, right? $800 a month. Now that's just insurance. Insurify predicts costs will go up another 7% this year to $11,759. Like, that is absolutely crazy. You know what that also does? If you own a property and insurance goes up, the value of your property goes down. And the reason for it is when a buyer steps forward, they look at the debt-to-income ratio to qualify for that mortgage. They're going to look at their purchasing power, what they can afford to buy. And if insurance is $1,000 a month, that's going to greatly impact how much they can afford. Meaning, price is going to be coming down. The equity gets stripped from the property because of what's happening with insurance. It basically corners the buyer to only be a cash buyer, right? It's a real big problem. It's a really big problem. Now, low estimates, they claim between $7,000 and $8,000 for annual flood and homeowner insurance, right? $8,000, so between $7,000 and $12,000. Absolutely crazy. Well, Florida Citizens Insurance Company says they're going to be increasing 14.2% for all condominium owners. That is a big problem, especially considering that a lot of condominium owners have been hit with a lot of special assessments, HOA increases. Everything's gotten a lot more expensive for condo owners, so much so that a lot of people have opted just to selling the condo and walking away. So much so that there's 20,000 condos, 20,000 on the market for sale between Miami and West Palm Beach. It's only like a 45-mile, 50-mile radius. It's not a long stretch. 20,000 units? Like, this is a big problem. It's going to be race to the bottom in the condo market in Florida. Now, they claim 1.412 million is what they were at in their peak, and they're looking to push a lot of people out of their policies. They're looking to increase rates to push these consumers out. It's a big issue. It's a big issue. Look at this. Now imagine you own the commercial property for this restaurant. You lease that space to that restaurant. What's going to happen when your rate goes up? The answer is the rent's going to be going up, right? Because you're going to push that cost onto the restaurant. But if the restaurant is looking at an economy that's not booming and they don't have the cash coming in, what are they going to do? They have two options. They can either reduce staff, they can let employees go and try to do more with less people, or they can close down, right? That's what would happen. Now, when you have this across entire states, what do you think is going to unfold? It's just going to be a scenario where we're going to see a lot of layoffs and we're going to see a lot of change in valuations of these commercial properties. This is a really, really big issue. I mean, look at this. This is a street sign. So this is probably 8 feet off the ground, somewhere in that range, 8, 9 feet off the ground. It looks like there's a foot, 2 feet from it. So this is a huge issue. This is a Cadillac Escalade right here. You'll see it. The big Cadillac Escalade, which obviously is a large vehicle, and that vehicle is almost entrenched all the way up there. So that's absolutely wild. Look at this, Sarasota. So all these different 18-wheeler completely derailed. They're canoeing throughout the street here to get around. So this is going to be an insurance nightmare for a lot of, not just the business owners, the commercial property owners. Think about multifamily. Think about how many people rushed out to Florida to buy multifamily real estate deals. 1031 exchange out of their properties. Basically, they sold their property in LA or San Francisco or Boston or Chicago, and they rolled all the proceeds into a property here to where they didn't have to pay any taxes on the gains. They bought another property of like kind, another multifamily or commercial property, and now rents are going down and their costs are going up. Taxes, insurance, everything's going up, and they're seeing a lot of change in the economy. What's that going to mean? It's going to mean a lot of these people are going to be in trouble. This is going to ripple across the entire U.S. Florida homeowners are losing their houses. Now you just follow the trends here. This is March. They're losing their houses. This is March also. Florida home foreclosures are increasing, right? So you see this. Then Metro Orlando home foreclosures among the worst in the U.S., right? This is all the same month. And it just continues. U.S. foreclosure activity sees a monthly increase in May. This is all Florida, right? Talking about Florida. So Lakeland, Florida, 1 out of every 1,500 homes, right? So Florida, then cycle of community decline. Jacksonville zombie homes could resurge as foreclosures increase. This is April. So it just continues on and on and on. Florida housing market warning. Florida reported the highest number of foreclosure filings in the country between January and March, according to a recent report from property and real estate data research firm Adam. Foreclosures have been rising nationwide in the first quarter of 2024 with a total of 95,712 homes with a foreclosure filing. This is up 6% from the previous quarter and 22% compared to the year earlier. I mean, what do you think insurance will do? These insurance increases. It's going to increase that, right? Now, a lot of people are thinking that, look, we're going to get an emergency meeting and we're going to see a rate cut. Or maybe Jerome Powell will cut rates. But what this is going to mean is it's just going to mean insurance is going to get more expensive. If they cut rates, and they're going to try to re-stimulate the economy and try to kick the can down the road a little bit longer. If they do this, inflation will get worse. I mean, they're already spending about $1 trillion every 100 days. They're talking about increasing stimulus payments from $600 to $2,000 for Americans. That came out 3 days ago. They start stimulating this economy. They drop rates. The rich are going to get a hell of a lot richer, and the cost of material is going to continue to go up. And basic labor and skilled labor will continue to rise to try to, they're going to need to work for a good living, right? Everything is going to get pushed back onto the property owner. And this situation is happening all along the same time that our tensions are growing with other nations. Other nations are pulling back on the dollar. So you look at Japan, you look at China, you look at Taiwan and South Korea. They're all facing their own problems right now. You look at Saudi Arabia, however, they're looking to trade outside of the dollar. You look at Russia, they're looking to pull away from the dollar. India, all these different countries are looking to pull back from the dollar. Now they claim that they're going to be basically completely gone from the dollar in 6 years. Like, that's going to be a blink of an eye. If that does happen and we can't sell our debt at an affordable rate, well, what's this going to mean is they're going to increase rates, and we're going to continue to attract buyers of our debt, and we're going to see inflation get a lot worse. Now, over 30 countries have already expressed interest in joining BRICS, and and they're all pulling away from us. Now, I do believe that what we're going to see is we're going to see an influx of home sellers that can no longer afford their properties. They're not going to be able to hold on. As this job market gets worse, they're going to walk away. We're going to see a lot of people walking away from their homes. And if you have all cash and you're able to buy these properties and self-insure them, you're going to have a massive advantage. You do take additional risk. When I say self-insure, it means you are the insurance company. You buy the property, you're the one responsible for it. You get hit with a storm, you get hit with some type of problem, some event happens, you're coming out of pocket for it, right? But a lot of people are opting out to take that risk right now because the cost of insurance is just so great. But I think we're going to see a scenario where there's going to be that influx of sellers, and it's going to get harder to get financing and insurance, affordable insurance, where it's going to be an all-cash buyer market. Especially South Florida and a lot of these areas that keep getting hit. We're going to see a lot of cash flowing into these markets to acquire this distressed property. And I think there's going to be a mass opportunity to pick up some incredibly located properties for great prices coming the next year or so. What do you think about this entire situation, this entire scenario? Let's have a conversation about this below. I think it's not just going to be Florida. Think Texas, you're seeing insurance go up. California, you're seeing these companies pull out. There's going to be a lot of different markets presenting huge opportunities due to what's unfolding in the insurance crisis. I mean, when you're seeing these restaurants and you're seeing this is almost normal. Like this will be forgotten in a day, 2 days in America, right? Because we're getting hit with all these different types of storms and problems that this will just be forgotten. The only one that won't forget this though are the insurance companies that are underwriting these losses. They're looking at these problems. They're going to be pushing these costs on to everybody. So he or she who has the cash will make the rules in 2024, 2025, and 2026. Need help fixing your credit? We'd love to help you to position you for funding, maybe to grow or expand or buy a business. Maybe you have some goal. If you don't have great credit, it's going to get a lot harder to get funding when things start hitting the fan. And you look at what's happening right now in the global economy, it looks like things are starting to hit the fan. So we'd love to help you if you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, or closures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or any negative item in your credit report. Go to greatcreditfast.com, click the link in the description just below this video, schedule a free call. Catch you next video.